why is the nature of gaming so addictive? I mean, you guys play games more than our generations. So, and even social media, to that matter, is also addictive. According to me, it is overstimulating our brain. So our brain gets this chemical which says, which is dopamine, which is responsible for excitement, for happiness. And I think doom scrolling, as you mentioned, is also one way where they are getting that instant gratification. They are like, okay, this is fine. I've watched this. Now let me go to the next one, and the next one, and then they're feeding the chemical to their brain so much that then they are left exhausted after screen hours. It has happened with me. Uh, that when I'm on social media for a longer period of time, I come out of it exhausted. And I have not just energy to work, but even my social energy is exhausted. I do not wish to go and see anybody. I don't like to talk to my own mom after I have spent so many hours on social media. So has there been any time with you guys when you are on screen for a long time and then you come out of it with mood swings, with aggression, feeling resentful?
Actually, coming up to your point, I have realized something, that I feel that millennials are a little more addicted to social media than Gen Zs, because
Okay,
they keep on scrolling
you're
through
right.
their day and posting stories about their perfect life, which I think is a really, not a good thing, because it shows fake realities and scenarios, and that goes into other people's lives. Now, coming to the aggression part, when I usually go to doom scrolling, I watch television. Now again, when the phone goes away, I come back to reality. I look around, the lights feel completely different in the surroundings. And even when I'm talking to my mom initially, my mom, dad, anyone, it's like a little bit more aggressive way, like a
Yeah.
little more of a little
Yes.
enthusiastic way.
Yes.
Even though you feel drained, it comes out as a little bit aggressive
So
or
how do you control
enthusiastic.
that? How do you control that, Ahan?
So I think it's always good to take a break between gaming. You shouldn't be so
Yes.
engrossed. And I totally agree with the point you gave to Borhan. After you play games or you watch, you just feel worn out. Your physical and mental energy is just poof, gone. But but depends what game you're playing. If you're playing some shooting or fighting game, when you go down, you feel like fighting. You feel that balance. Because when you are in one world and you really like that world, so you wanna relive that again.
Right.
But I think kids have a bit more control than millennials, like you were saying, because they're always your parents to look out for you.
I've also seen this between younger kids, that when, for example, they won't leave their phone, parents have to take it away from them. And when they do, they get a little aggressive. They're like, "Why did you take the phone away from me? Why
Yes.
are you taking the phone away? I need the phone.
Yeah.
I don't want to get away from the screen. Why are you taking the screen away from me?" They
Yes.
start screaming, they start grinding their teeth, and they need to find
So, are you
balance.
guys okay when you see these little children on screen and howling after they don't get the phone? Does it affect you in any way? Because it affects us a lot. We feel sorry for these kids who have no time to, who are not given that exposure to, do other activities because they're so glued to their phone. Even they need their phone while eating. They don't eat until we give them the phone. What emotions do you feel when you see this happening around you? Does it make you feel like this is okay? Because this is a generational gap then. Because for us, it hurts us. We don't want our kids to be on screen.
And yeah, for us also, it makes us feel a little gloomy, that is this how we behaving? But then again, I feel that we will be able to overcome it. At a certain point, I feel we're able to overcome it. And I feel that nowadays, like little kids, they have taken food as a connection to your phone. So when the food comes, they're like, "Give me the phone, give me the phone, I want the phone." That, you see, it's food time now, you have to give me the phone so you can feed me.
Right. And the downside of this is, the when we eat, our sensory parts are activated in our mouth. So that's how we feel the taste of the food, the smell of the food. Now children have lost that feeling of eating food. Food is connection, it's your being. And these days, you see kids, they don't even know what's being fed to them. I remember watching a reel where a child was fed a garlic pod in her mouth. Okay. She didn't get any taste of it. And when the mom moved the phone away, she jumped up. She was like, "What is this?" And she started yelling because then she felt the taste of garlic, the strong taste of garlic in her mouth. So this is shocking. This is really shocking to what the kids are doing, to what the parents are also a part of this whole ecosystem. And I think somewhere we need to draw a line.
So I totally agree with your point. Well, once when I used to watch with my tablet, my parents did not like it. So they decided to test me. So they gave me a really spicy food. Spicy food. Okay, they gave me in the plate. I didn't know what I was eating. I just wanted to watch. Started eating. I think I finished the entire spicy food plate. And then after 30 minutes after eating, I felt normal. The next day they gave me the exact same thing without my tablet. And then I felt spiciness. And I was just freaked out. Why would they give me such a spicy thing? But then that's when I stopped watching while I eat. I realized that you lose your consciousness and your grip into the world when you're watching. So yeah.
One more thing I've seen is time. When you have, let's say, we take two bowls of the same food to a child, I feel that when he's watching the phone while eating, he takes longer than it is to eat the food without the phone.
So talking about health, and that includes physical health too. Do you guys think you all move enough? Because in my opinion, Gen Zs are the most um, they follow a lot of sedentary lifestyle where they go to school, they are sitting for long hours, they come home again, they are on their device or doing an online activity. As their physical activities are less, the outdoor activities are less, except the PE period that's in the school. I do feel kids don't move enough. Even the research supports the same thing, that the children's movements from the ages 14 to 18 years have substantially dropped since 2023.
Well, I have recently seen a survey in which WHO has done a survey, WHO, and in 2022 they had done a survey in which they checked on how many kids actually have enough of requirements of like physical activity, and 80% of those children did not meet the requirements. But I feel that now schools are taking a big step and incorporating everything inside it. So now in my school, we have during breaks also, they give one break to the younger students and one break to the senior students, so that we can go in the PE hall and play any sport we want.
But isn't that a part of your PE lesson?
No, that's not part of during our break. So we have two breaks in our school.
Got
Yeah,
it.
and one break, alternating breaks. And also we have before school activities and after school activities in which it's either helping your mental health. So like we have chess classes and graphic novel classes, making graphic novel, or we have basketball classes, football,
So you
tennis,
think the
badminton.
school's
Yeah,
doing enough?
it's doing a lot. But
Right.
also now I feel with the World Cup, basketball World Cup, football World Cup, all of that coming in, I think it creates a little bit of dopamine rush, as you said. So like this students and all of the children are like really enthusiastic to go down, because they also want to get on that level of the people who are right now participating in such World Cups.
So Ahan, what are the different initiatives your school takes to ensure that kids are moving enough, physically more active?
Our school are taking so many initiatives. They have so many extracurricular activities after school. And since they feel like some students who really like music are allowed to access the music rooms, play some drums, some guitar, some piano. And they even allowed the sports teachers to give out footballs, basketballs, volleyballs, everything a kid needs to survive
So the
break
resources
time.
are enough and the initiatives are also plenty so that children can find their passion in sports and play.
I've also seen one more pattern in my school, that after a few core, hardcore subject bits such as math and science, we usually have a little core scholastic period, such as music, dance, or we have PE or swimming. So, like, it balances out, it gives the break that the students need to get back onto their track for studies.
So you mean very strategically they have planned
Yeah.
their timetable in a way that kids don't have to sit at a stretch for a long period
Yes.
of time. Excellent. Tell me one thing. Now, since the career industry is booming with plenty of options for children to choose from when they grow up, uh, in the hindsight, for us, we only had three streams: arts, commerce, and science. And someone either ends up being a teacher, a doctor, or an engineer, or a CA. So the choices were limited. But now it's like a sea. Um, so my question would be, and gaming is also one form of career. Can gaming be a career that you would like to choose for yourself?
I mean, yeah, gaming, I don't think it will be a career. It is already a career. It is already a career by a lot of gaming industries. Let's take a certain game in particular, Fortnite. They have had so many World Cups, World Championships around the globe since 2018. So it's not something which is really new. It has become a career. And that career, many people who win those tournaments start social media, like type of gaming things. So they show how they play, how their dynamics in the game are, and they earn more money in that. So, yes, it could absolutely be a career. And would I try it? I mean, if I got the platform, if I was completely sure that I will be able to reach that level, then sure, I would try it.
So you are saying that gaming can be an incredible career for Gen Zs. But is it a sustainable career? I mean, 1 out of 10 teens, as per a study, are only inclined to take gaming as a career and become a success in it. So, if you get an option, Ahan, to go for esports as a career, tell me about it. What would you do?
So if I had a chance, I would not take it. I mean, esports does seem like an easy career, but it's the players that matter because some people have a huge amount of talent and they can game every single day and they have that passion. But if you don't have that passion and you don't think you can make it, you might not even be good enough. And many games do not give a huge amount of prize money unless you're playing a really high level or elite class tournament. So I think, and also the setups will cost a lot to join the tournament, to go to the country that's hosting the tournament. So I would not take it as an opportunity if I had a chance.
You're right.
Ma'am, I feel that, as you said, that 1 out of 10 students pick the career
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
they have to go through a pool of people, they might not succeed. I feel that doesn't that go for all jobs? I mean, like, let's take doctor for example. A student passes the 10th grade with flying colors, 12th grade with flying colors, and they start to apply for jobs. Wouldn't they also have to face other people? They would have to face other people as well, yeah. So they would have to try and compete with other people so they could get into the university and then get a job. So I feel that if you're talking about competitivity, then it's in all jobs, it's not only in gaming.
So you would certainly want to opt for for this career and not the traditional ones.
No, I would love to do traditional one, but gaming is a really fun career if you have a passion for it.
Yeah. Right. So tell me three things, each of you, that your generation is doing wrong. What are those three things?
I feel that, first of all, excessive gaming. Then, as we discussed before, they don't have a set passion. And third, I feel is that they don't they watch different types of videos even in the social media apps. There are two types of videos: reels and long term videos. Now, I had recently seen a survey in which it showed that long term videos don't take that much of a toll as short reels do. So that's one problem, because most of the kids, even kids now, I've seen 5-year-old kids having the movement like this, keep on going. So
Yes.
I feel that that is one thing which is doing wrong. If you want to watch something, watch a a long form video, which then also restricts it, because once it comes to an end, it comes to an end.
Yes.
So you have that little even time gap, so you can understand where
Mm,
you are.
you're right. So long form content is useful as you're not doom scrolling. You're watching it in at a sustainable for a sustainable period of time. But reels and shorts could be very, very addictive. You're
That's one
absolutely
thing
right.
which Gen Z is doing wrong, reels.
Okay. What are the three things?
So, almost same like Burhan. I think my first one would be problematic gaming, because when I was just searching up some information for my school project, I found out that 1 in 8 children are at risk of problematic gaming, which is like a gaming which causes like a negative effect on you and your mental health. And the second would be attention spans. So one thing Borhan also said was that watching long videos are much better, and I totally agree. Because when children are watching short videos, they have that option to just doom scroll, which they can just scroll if they don't like the video. And if they're asking a question like, for example, they're stuck with a math problem and they want to know one of the math theorems, instead of searching up a video, they might just go to shorts. And shorts, they might not give the proper information,
Yeah.
and they might summarize it in such a short format the people might not even be able to understand anything. So I think that's what's lowering the attention span these days.
Let's get into something more creative. I want to know, if the playgrounds disappear tomorrow, what are the things that your generation would miss out on?
Now, if playgrounds had disappeared, I feel that it would be replaced by gaming, unfortunately. It would be replaced, it would be forgotten in a very short span of time, but they would be missing out on a lot. Because, see, when you're socializing online, now I've heard this term a lot called catfishing.
Yeah.
So people who are really old try and act like young people and try and socialize with young people. And I feel that you're not getting the right connections over there like you are physically. Socializing is one thing which they will miss out on a lot. And also, playgrounds are the main place where younger kids and middle kids usually they go out for physical activity. And if that is lost, then they're always on their phones.
We're going to have a fatter generation if there are no playgrounds. Okay, Ahan.
So I kind of agree with you. I don't truly believe it'll be forgotten, because most parents take the little kids out to parks and stuff. But once all the playgrounds start to disappear, they might still take them to parks, but there won't be any playgrounds. So they might roll around, play tag, play
Maybe
games at,
indoor parks or
yeah.
something like this. But you
And
won't get that joy of being in
yeah,
the open
of
air.
swinging in the monkey bars, going down the
Absolutely.
slide. But I still think that kids could make it up for playing football in a field, maybe playing tag in some hilly area. But I do believe that gaming will become stronger once.
I've also noticed a change that younger kids do not prefer going to playgrounds. Instead, they prefer to go to fields and the courts to play. So I feel that playgrounds might get replaced by the courts instead of actually getting replaced by gaming.
Right, right.
Yeah, but if fields disappear, then I
Then that's
think,
going to be a big
yeah,
problem.
then that's gonna be a huge
Right,
problem.
right, right.
Nowhere to play football,
Right.
sports.
There was a time during my college time, there used to be cultural events, including sports. I've not been a sport enthusiast, but I did participate at that point, and there were a lot of races, like different simple races, obstacle, hurdle race, running races, and stuff. I was very excited for the race. Prior to the preparation of the event, we did a lot of warm up. I built my endurance. I did some strength training at home. We didn't have the facility to go to gym, so I used to lift my little brother up and get all my muscles restored a little better. And then the day of the sport happened. Unfortunately, I did not make it even in one race. I participated in all with all that excitement and vigor, But when I participated and I lost in all the races, the lesson that I got from that was that I should never participate in sports again. And that was that momentarily feeling that you get after you have faced failure. It kind of slaps you on the face. You're like, who do you think you are? That was my feeling. I learned that I'm not going to participate in sports again. But when I look back in the hindsight now, I feel I sh- that was a wrong move, and I could have taken lessons from that failure and worked upon it and not given up on sports. Instead, would have chosen one sport to play and aspire to play. But that didn't happen for so many years. What are those lessons you've got in your time on playground, as we're talking about playgrounds now? What has been the learning?
So I remember this one time when I was, I think around 11 or 12, I'd gone to my first basketball tournament. And in that, when we were practicing in school, I felt like I was really good. I was like really good. I'll be able to dominate the competition because I was playing with my peers. I knew their moves. I did not understand that at that point of time. And when I went into the court, I tried my best, but I couldn't win. I froze because of the failure. I went off the court crying because I wasn't able to make any improvement on the court. My coach told me, "Why are you crying? Because you failed?" I said, "Yeah." And he said that, "Did you really think that on one try with such less practice you would be able to succeed this much?" And I said, "I thought so, yeah." And I learned a lesson that day that you have to try harder when you're on different levels, but you don't give up. Never give up when you face failure. As many people say, that failure is one of the greatest successes. It's a very huge lesson you learn that breaks you into reality, that you have people who are better than you, and you will need to get better by practicing.
Absolutely.
And
And I think sports, you learn you face more failures on sports than in any other activities, right? Because you're head on in front of the game and you want to give your best, but you're not always going to win, right? So what are those lessons for Ahan?
Let me tell you a story. I used to love football, and since we had a tournament coming up, I knew this would be my day. I would win. I would get first place because even I knew that I was the best in my batch because I would dominate over all my other friends. So when the day of the tournament came, the first match went off amazingly. And then the second match, we faced a really, really good team. And we lost. And then that shattered my confidence. And then I didn't play good for any than the rest of the matches. Then I decided to not try in these tournaments again because I didn't like to lose. I didn't like the feeling to lose. Then my dad taught me this really important lesson. Failure is not when you lose something. Failure is when you stop trying, when you have zero chance at succeeding.
Absolutely. And what a wonderful takeaway from your both your stories, right? Failure is a part, is a stepping stone to success. And I think what failure is a teacher. If you perceive it as a teacher, it's not a bad thing. So absolutely very well said.
one